Good afternoon everyone. So in today's class we are going to see the properties and representation of binary tree. So already we have seen what is binary tree. Okay, what are the minimum properties we have seen in the last classes. Right, so what is a tree and what is the difference between tree and binary tree we have seen. Today we are going to see about binary tree properties and representation. Okay, so let us start with the properties. So the first one, what is minimum number of nodes? Okay, how many number of minimum nodes of a binary tree? So how do you calculate? Right? So if I am taking a binary tree with a height of h, okay, so how many number of minimum have? Right? So that means if I am taking the height is equals to like for example 4. So if I am mentioning the height of the tree is 4 means there should be 4 levels. So in each level minimum. So what is the minimum? At least one child I should have in the binary tree. Right? So otherwise the tree will not proceed. So if I am taking one child at each level, so I will be having the height as like this. You can see. So first level, second level, third level and fourth level. So 4 levels. If I am taking one node at each level, so I will be having what? 4 nodes. So that means how many number of minimum nodes will be there? So whatever the height I am mentioning, those many number of minimum nodes will be there in the binary tree. Okay, so a binary tree will have either 0 or 1 or 2 children. Right, if a tree has to be proceeded means there should be minimum one child. Right, if I am saying the tree is having the height as h, okay, that means here 4. Okay, h is equals to 4. So 4 levels means at each level I should have one child. Okay, so one child here, next child, next child. So this is level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. So if I am having 4 levels, then I will have what? 4 nodes. So that means minimum number of nodes of a binary tree with h, height as h is equals to 4 nodes. Okay, sorry, h nodes. Okay, so that you should remember. So the minimum number of nodes of a binary tree whose height is h is equals to h. Okay, so that is minimum number of nodes. Now if I am taking maximum number of nodes, maximum number of nodes means what? How many maximum number of nodes you will be having in a binary tree with height h. Okay, how do you calculate now if I take an example, okay, so all possible nodes at first h, maximum number of nodes means all possible nodes will have, okay, like all every node will have what? 2 children up to level h. Okay, now this if I am taking a tree, so first node root node I have 2 children, then next level I have again 2 children maximum. Okay, maximum is what? 2. I cannot have more than 2 in a binary tree. So maximum equals to 2. Here 2, here 2. Next this level 2, like this we are going to have for every node I am having what? 2 children. Okay, if I am taking an example with what level equals to 4. 4 levels if I have. So this is what? A tree with what? The h is equals to 4. So if I am taking this particular example, so how my maximum number of nodes I can calculate, right? So if I am taking root node, I have 1. Next level, so level 1, level 2 I have what? 2 nodes, so 2. Level 3 I will be having what? 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. Level 4 I have what? 8 nodes. So if I take this as 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8, so how can I represent? 1 means 2 power 0, 2 means 2 power 1, 4 means 2 power 2, 8 means 2 power 3. Okay, like this if I am proceeding. So at level 4, that means 4th level I am having 2 power 3. So if I am taking h levels, I will be having what? 2 power h minus 1. So the total number of nodes, how can I write? 1 plus 2 plus 4 and so on up to 2 power h minus 1. If I have height as h, so I will be having last level nodes will be what? 2 power h minus 1. So the total will be what? 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 and so on 2 power h minus 1. So this can be written as the total. It can be what? If I am solving this equation, so if I represent, I will be having what? 2 power h minus 1. Okay, so please try to solve this. So that is, if I am taking this equation, if I am reducing this equation, I will be getting what? 2 power h minus 1. So that means if I am taking this example, so what is h here? 4, right? 4 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 levels. So how many number of total nodes I should have? 2 power 4 minus 1. So 2 power 4 is equals to 16 minus 1, that is equals to 15. So let us check how many number of nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So the equation is satisfied. So 2 power h minus 1, right? So that is, if I have h levels, the total number of nodes, maximum number of nodes, okay, maximum number of nodes will be equals to 2 power h minus 1, right? So when you go for the competitive examinations also, there will be what? One question on this thing. Okay, how many number of maximum nodes with the level h or something, right? If h is given as 8, so then what it will be? 2 power 8 minus 1. So you should be able to answer this question, right? So that is the maximum number of nodes, right? So if I am representing this node, number of nodes and height, how it will be? Okay, let n be the number of nodes, okay, whose height is equals to h. So how I can represent h is less than or equals to n is less than or equals to 2 power h minus 1. Okay, so why? Because h is what? The height. Okay, so number of nodes will be greater than the height. If I am taking height is equals to 4. Okay, number of nodes, how it will be? More than 4, right? So more than, like if I am taking minimum number of nodes, I will be having 4 nodes. If I am taking maximum number of nodes, I will be having what? 2 power 4 minus 1, that is 15. So that will be h is less than or equals to n, I can represent. Okay, and what is this 2 power h minus 1? That is maximum number of nodes. Okay, so h is the minimum number of nodes, n is the node whatever I am taking representing. So total number of nodes is less than or equals to 2 power h minus 1, where 2 power h minus 1 is what? Maximum number of nodes. Okay, so this equation we can also represent in this way. Okay, so log n plus 1 base 2 is less than or equals to h is less than or equals to n. So this is if I am taking not minimum, not maximum. So minimum number of nodes are h, maximum number of nodes is 2 power h minus 1, and that will be what? N. N is less than or equals to, h is less than or equals to n is less than or equals to 2 power h minus 1. This is maximum, this is minimum. So the number of nodes will be between these values, so that you can remember, right? So if I am taking a full binary tree, okay, so a full binary tree of a given height h has 2 power h minus 1 nodes. So what does it mean? If I am saying a binary tree is a full binary tree, means it will have all the nodes, right? Maximum number of nodes possible, everything will be having, right? So how it will be? So you will be having what? A full binary tree with all its children, right? So if I am taking a root node, it will have 2 children. Okay, this node, it will have 2 children. This node, this will have 2 children. And height is what? Mentioned as 4. That means 4 levels I should have. So 4 levels, all the nodes are there. So then maximum number of nodes possible if it is having, then it is said to be a full binary tree. Okay, so this is in the binary tree, we have a tree that is having maximum number of possible nodes, then that is said to be full binary tree. Okay, and how do we represent the numbers? We start with what? 1 to 2 power h minus 1. You can see here how many number of levels are there. So number of levels from top to bottom we are going to consider, right? And we are going to number from 1 onwards. 1, here 2, here 3, here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So how do we number? We start from top to bottom, okay, and left to right, right? So here first, so I should represent this node as 2, this node as 3. We should not proceed in this way, right? We have to proceed level by level. First, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So from top to bottom, left to right, so we are going to proceed, right? So this is how we are going to number in the nodes. And now coming to node number properties. So parent node, some properties are there. Parent node of I is I by 2. Parent node of I is I by 2 unless I is equals to 1. So why I is equals to 1? If I is equals to 1 means it is a root node, right? So it will not have any parent. So that's why if it is a root node, then it will not have any parent. It is only the root, right? If you come to any other node, so how do we identify what is its parent? So that will be what? I by 2. Now if I take 2, 2 by 2 is equals to 1. So 3 by 2 is also equals to 1, right? So we are not taking what fractional one, we are taking one integer part, right? So 3 by 2 is equals to 1. So that means for 2 and 3 the parent is equals to 1. If I take 8, okay, so 8 by 2 is equals to 4 and 9 by 2 is also equals to 4. So that means the 8 and 9, the root node, the parent is what? 4. Similarly, if I take this one, 12 and 13. So 12 divided by 2 equals to 6. 13 divided by 2 equals to 6. 6 divided by 2 equals to 3. 7 divided by 2 is equals to 3. So that means if any node, the node number I if I am mentioning, so what is its parent node? I by 2 is its parent node. Okay. Unless I is equals to 1. Why? Because I equals to 1 means it is a root node. It will not have any parent. Okay. And coming to left and right child. So left child of node I is the node 2i. Okay. If I want to identify the parent, it will be what? Division. Okay. If I am going for its child, I have to take it as what? Multiplication. Okay. So that is, if I am taking 1, so left node is equals to 2 into 1, so that is 2, right? Unless 2i is greater than n, right? So that means where n is the number of nodes. If number of nodes are exceeding means I cannot identify, because if I am saying there are number of nodes are 11 itself, okay, up to 11 itself, so I should not proceed with what? 12 onwards. Okay, it has to stop here only. So that is the meaning of this particular statement, right? So if I am having a number of nodes as n, so I can identify what are its left child. Left child will be what? 2i, right? Right child will be what? If 2i is greater than n, node I has no left child. So whatever I told you, so if it is greater than n, so I will not have the left child. Similarly, if you go for right child, so right child how I identify? 2i plus 1, right? 2i plus 1. So that is 2 into 2 plus 1 is equals to 5. So right, for 2, the right child is equals to what? 5. If it is exceeding the number of nodes, okay, I am saying what the restriction is, number of nodes is equals to n. So I cannot exceed. So if I am saying if 2i plus 1 is exceeding the number of nodes, that means it will not have right child, right? If 2i plus 1 is greater than n, then node I has no right child. So if I am saying my binary tree is up to 11 itself, okay, for example 10 itself, okay, so 10 itself, that means I am mentioning my maximum number of nodes in this tree is what? 10, right? So, and if I want to calculate the right child of 5, so what I will get? I will get 11, but 11 is greater than 10, right? So my nodes are exceeding, so if it is exceeding, I should not consider. So that's why if 2i plus 1 is greater than n, then node I has no right child. So that is the meaning. Okay, so we have seen what is full binary tree. So full binary tree is what? It will have maximum number of nodes possible. Okay, and now one more concept of binary tree is complete binary tree. So complete binary tree means, so how many number of nodes I am mentioning? So it should have all of those nodes, right? Start with the full binary tree that has at least n nodes. Okay, so the number of nodes will be what? 1 through n. So there will be n nodes. So whatever I am saying my tree is having n nodes. That means it is the example you can see here. So this is what? A full binary tree. Yes or not? So every node is having all of the children up to what? The last level 15. Okay, so if I am taking a complete binary tree with 10 nodes, means how it will be? So it will be up to this 10 nodes. Okay, so here we start with here. So where we have to stop? We have to stop at 10. So it is said to be what? This part is said to be complete binary tree. Okay, the difference between full binary tree and complete binary tree is, complete binary tree is nothing but the subtree of full binary tree. Okay, where we need to have those many nodes, how many we are mentioning. Like if I am mentioning that complete binary tree of 10 nodes. So in this one, this part is said to be what? Complete binary tree. Right? So that is about full binary tree and complete binary tree. Now coming to representation. Binary tree, how we are going to represent. Like when we are going for the programming. So in the programming, we need to represent the binary tree in the system, right? So how do we store the binary tree? So we can have two types of representation, array representation and linked representation. That is, we can use linked list representation, array representation or linked list representation, right? Now first we go for array representation, how it will be. So that is, we are going to have the tree numbers from what? 1 to n. Okay, so here we take a tree, like this is one example tree. So we are starting with the root node that is numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this is a tree with what? 10 nodes. So how do I represent this? I will take an array. So 10 nodes means I should have from 0 to 10. So when you go for the programming, so the array will be starting with the index 0, right? So and then it will be proceeding. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this we are going to have, right? So how we represent this? A will come. So where, what is the number of A? The node number is 1. So it will come here. That is the first. Then B will come to second place. C will come to third position. So first 0th position will be vacant. Why vacant? 0 is not having a node number in a binary tree. So that's why we'll start with what? 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then D, fourth position. Fifth position is E, then F, then G, then H, then I, then J. So like this we can represent an array format of binary tree, where we are starting with what? The node numbers. Okay, so the node numbers we are going to take the indexes, right? And whatever the content we are storing here. So what is the node here? A, then B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I and J. So that will be from 1 to 10 and 0th will be vacant. Clear? So node number 1 is indicating what? The root node, right? So like this we are going to represent. And you can also represent right skewed binary tree, left skewed binary tree. How it is means, right skewed means only right children will be there. Okay, no left part of the binary tree. Now if you take this particular example, so right skewed binary tree for the previous example tree. So we'll be having A, B, C, D, these nodes, and we remember as what? Left child, actually we should have 2, right? But here we don't have left child, so it will be what? 3, then 7, then 15. So like this we are going to represent no left child, lower left children. So if I don't have left child, so what I have to take? I have to take it as empty, right? So how I am going to represent? So 8th position is 1. So left child, it should have what? 2, right? But left child doesn't exist, so 2 is empty. Third position we have B. Okay, then for the next level, the left child 4, 5, 6 doesn't exist, so 4, 5, 6 we are not placing, and 7th place we have what? C, so that will place, and remaining again 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 doesn't exist, and the last one is what? 15. So we'll be having. But if you go for array representation like this, we have what? So much of memory wastage will exist. Okay, so here how we are representing. Okay, but if you see here, these are what? Empty, vacant. So that means what? This array representation is wasting of memory, and if I am taking this left skewed or right skewed binary trees, so much of wastage will be there. Okay, and accessing is not that simple. Okay, so we need to remember, so what nodes we have in the tree. Okay, so this can be eased by representing the binary tree using linked representation. So that means what? We are going to use a data type, that is we are going to create a data type as tree node. Okay, so how we are going to represent? So we take a tree node, so that will have left and right trees. So for every node we are going to represent what? It is a binary tree node. Okay, so it will have either it will have no child or left child or right child. So how to represent that? So for understanding this, I have taken this template of a class T. So how do we create this data structure in C++ is what? We need to create a tree. Okay, so that is tree node we are creating. So the template is what? Class T we are taking, right? So what we'll have? The data, left child, right child. Left and right child, again both are what? Tree nodes itself. Okay, so that's why tree node we are taking left child, right child. Okay, so left child, right child, initially we are keeping as null. Okay, then when the left child is generated, again it will have what? Its own data, if left child and right child. So like this the construction will be easy and wastage will not be there, memory wastage will not be there. So how I am representing, you can see graphically if I show you, so it will be easy to understand. So root node, the data part, left part, right part. Okay, left part and right part, and then for this node left part and right part I don't have anything, so it will be what? Null. Okay, for this also left part I don't have, but right part I don't have, so it will be null. Okay, similarly C, left it doesn't have, right it has. Okay, so right part we have, this will be null. And here coming to E, left it has, right it doesn't have. G, left it doesn't have and right it has. So like this I can represent using the linked list representation, that is easy to understand and also easy to access and low wastage of memory. So that will be there when we go for linked representation. So this is what about representation, and in the next class we'll go for the operations. I'll just go through this overview, what are the operations we are going to have. So what is determining the height of the tree? Okay, so these operations we have already completed. So how to identify the height of the tree? Height of the tree is what? Number of levels. How many number of levels are there? That is the height level. We start the number of levels from 1 onwards, right? Then how many number of nodes in the tree? Okay, how many number of nodes in the tree we can have? So that is like 2 power h minus 1, right? Maximum number of nodes, we can say it as what? Maximum number of nodes 2 power h minus 1, and number of nodes will be between these. Okay, so minimum number of nodes is what? H itself. Maximum number of nodes is 2 power h minus 1. Okay, and the number of nodes of a tree, okay, that may not be minimum or may not be maximum. If it is between in these two, so how we are numbering? We are numbering from first onwards, and it will be up to n. So that is, and how to identify this number of nodes, that we will see. Okay, how to make a clone of binary tree, that also we will see. Determining binary tree, two binary trees are clone or not, that also. So these are all different types of operations we are going to perform, and evaluate the arithmetic expression, right? So I already told you expression evaluation using the postfix evaluation. So using the stack, that is somewhat difficult process, but if you go for the binary tree, it is easy to perform. So all these are what different types of operations we are going to see, right? Infix form, prefix form, postfix form of expression we can identify, obtain from the binary tree. Okay, and these are possible if you go for the tree traversal techniques. There are three types mainly. So what is traversal? Traversal means visiting of the nodes of a binary tree. Okay, traversal is each element of binary tree is visited exactly once. Okay, so we have to visit every node of the binary tree, and that operation is said to be what? Tree traversal. Okay, so coming to tree traversal, we have pre-order, in-order, post-order, and level order. So mainly we'll be focusing on these three. Okay, pre-order, in-order, post-order. Okay, so we'll see about these operations, these traversal methods in the next class. Thank you.